is Della! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He is trained by Glenn Olsen from the Anarchy Gym. With an official weight of 79 kilograms, he has a record of 4 fights for 4 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Craig
Wow, it's time, and again, look how hungry and mean that Josh Della looks. I mean, he can't wait for this fight to start. And the stare down by Medlan as well. This again, can't wait. And again, speaking of both guys, they came into Forever Classic 6LX, spoke to Brad Pottiging, who from 6LX, who's going to be presenting the belt to the winner, and he's looking forward to the fight as well. He's at ringside as we speak.
Yeah, if the intensity of the stare down, and like you said, Josh Della, he looks hungry. He's in great shape. He's got nice long reach, and he looks like he's starting to use it already with a couple of nice stiff jabs.
Look at that, stiff jabs. And again, Ben Vickers, his trainer, told me that he's got really heavy hands and could possibly have harder hands than Jack, and I find that hard to believe because I know how hard, I've seen how hard Jack Della hits, so that's a very big statement. But yeah, I believe him.
Yeah, well, you can see that both guys are sort of a little bit cautious of each other. They're trying to have a bit of a feel-out process.
Nice punch there by Medlan.
Yeah,
overhand right.
Yep, and you can see Josh is staying very calm. So you're right, Brett, that MMA experience, he started on that jab, and he's just really establishing his range.
Wow, look at that. Nice punch there. Again, Medlan's looking for that power shot.
He definitely looks the bigger opponent, Josh Della.
Absolutely. Oh, nice. Another nice punch there by Medlan.
I think he just had, as he just came out of the punch, you saw him grab him. I think he might have been trying to do the takedown there.
Again, Della has been out of the fight game for a couple of years. His last professional fight was a couple of years ago. So, again, but he looks in tremendous shape tonight, that's for sure. He's trained hard.
Yeah, and again, it's obviously Craig Medlan. This is his first fight.
Oh, nice punch there by Della. I think Medlan might be hurt.
I think you're right here, mate.
I think, oh, he's tied him up. That was a great punch there by Della, and I think that Medlan is hurt. Let's see if he's recovered.
Yeah, that right hand came through the guard. He's trying to step in. As you said, we're almost having the same fight as what we've had all night. We've got one puncher who's throwing punches in, and at the moment Craig's just throwing the one punch. And Josh Della's obviously throwing an accumulation of shots. And
I think he's got the power behind it as well. So Della looking good early. And again, training out of scrappy MMA, Ben Vickers.
Yeah.
So look, obviously this camp would have been a lot of stand-up instead of ground, so he probably would have enjoyed that. Look at that. So
he's definitely got good footwork. You can see Craig's a little bit frustrated at the moment already early, and he just rushed himself in there.
Nice punch there by Medlan.
Yeah. And you can see that Josh is just keeping that distance, keeping that range, going with that jab.
Oh, another nice punch. So he's had a couple of good moments here, Medlan.
And this
uppercut again by Della. He might be hurt again. I think Medlan's hurt.
He's still on wobbly legs here, mate, but he's throwing a big overhand right. And this is Craig's first fight up at light heavyweight. As I said, he's fighting at super middleweight before. So we'll see, can he bring some power with him with the extra weight? Or is this weight sort of a bit too heavy for him?
He seems to have recovered all right, but he looked hurt twice in this round so far. Up against the ropes, close to our commentary position, is Gary Springer Ingraham, very good referee. I think he's the best referee in WA.
Best in the West, hands down. Looks like we've got a small cut, or we've just got...
No, that's a cut from that punch that we were just talking about before. That is bad.
Yep, and he's walked into another right hand there. And again, we've got
that was a good time for the round to end for Craig Medlan, because that was a great round by Della. As you said, he also had the speed, but he had the power. So that was the difference in that first round.
Well, you could see Craig when he finished the round, and Balweni was shaking his head. He's obviously not happy with his performance. And as I mentioned around, to me, it seemed like he was getting very frustrated because Josh Della just kept his range. He was using his jab and his movement. And as you said, he was teeing off with some really clean, crisp punches.
But to be opened up early, and again, in a 6-round fight, a long way to go. And he's all been open. As we say hello to Christian Galopoulos, the main man.
Yeah, well, as I said, we've had it early happen tonight, and now Josh Della's got himself a target, and it looks like it's a nice target on top of Medlan's left eye. So that right hand's going to have itself a target, whether he can open that up. And
seconds out. I'm looking forward to round two. That was a very good round by Josh Della, and he looks the goods.
I know that speaking to Dylan Winter early on tonight, he was obviously slated to fight Craig Medlan, and he was hoping that Craig could get the win tonight because he wants to fight, obviously, the winner. So he was hoping that Craig would get the winner, who's come out aggressive.
Again.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, Springer will separate him there. It was one MMA move, sort of.
Yeah,
So
well,
Springer's probably saying, mate, it's not MMA.
yeah, but you still have to remember the first rule of boxing is you've got to protect
Protect
yourself at all
yourself at all
times.
times.
So if Craig gets his back turned again, he's still got to keep his hands up. He's not got to hope that the ref's going to break it for him.
He's keen to get this one back on his own terms because, again, I think it was well and truly on Della's terms in round one.
Yeah, and again, for the viewers at home, like you can see that Craig is frustrated. He's trying to get it back on his term, but the way to get it back on terms is with movement and establishing the jab. You can see he's just rushing forward with that right hand, and it's not landing because he's not setting the punches up.
So, again, as Medlan threw that, again, it was very well blocked and protected there by Della.
Yeah,
he's
got-
using his hands well.
Absolutely, he's got good movement,
Defense.
and he's got good distance.
Oh, look at that movement again, as you were
Yeah.
just talking about that, Paul, and gets out of the way and lands some punches himself with the uppercuts.
Yeah, he's got some, at the moment, he's got the answers to the question that Craig's throwing to him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right, Paul. All the answers so far, whatever Medlan's throwing, he's trying to get back in this fight, and he is still in this fight. Don't count Medlan out because we've seen his power before at Thunderdome.
Yep, he's tough. I think he's last.
Oh, that's what we're just talking about. And Della's hurt. Della is
He's
hurt.
out. He's out. He is out.
Oh, wow.
He's out. He's
Still
given.
on his feet, but that's a count. That is a massive
Yeah.
punch by Medlan. Della was in control, and that's what we're just talking about. It takes one punch.
You can
and
see-
Della looks out
yep.
on his feet.
And you can see his brother is screaming for him to keep his hands up nice and high, and his legs are still not there. But
He's
yep.
gone. He's gone. Wow.
I think Gary's going to stop this fight.
I think so. Wow, this is about to be stopped, I think. Medlan is going in for the kill, and that's right. He's waved it off. He's
wow.
waved it off. Wow, what an upset.
Wow.
Wow.
Disappointment, but Craig Medlan and his team are elated.
That is a magnificent turnaround by Craig Medlan because he was getting dominated up to that point, and it just took one punch. Where did it come from, Paul?
Well, I tell you what, it came from nowhere. I think, and you can see the disappointment in Josh Della at the moment, but all credit to Craig Medlan. He was out in terms of the fight. He wasn't out of the fight, but
We
he
said
was,
that. We were just talking about it.
Yep, he was getting beat, and he landed that big right hand, and Josh Della just couldn't answer. Gary did the right thing by giving him a standing 8 count, and he's waved the fight off, protecting the fighter.
Well, I'm going to go in there and speak to Craig Medlan, who obviously be very happy, and he goes to 4-0. Magnificent comeback. I don't say comeback because, again, you know, wow.
ended 2 minutes 12 seconds into the second round. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and the new WA Light Heavyweight Champion, the blue corner, the red corner, no, the blue corner, Craig Medlan. He presents the belt is Brad Pottinger from Forever Classic 6IX.
Della was very good in that first round. You looked hurt a couple of times in that first round. He opened you up in the first round as well. And it looked like he was having a good second round as well. And bang, you caught him. Takes one punch and turn everything around. Is that how you felt?
Yeah, it was pretty hard at the start. He came on pretty strong. But towards the end of the first, I could feel him fading. And I was always going to back my fitness in. And I was lucky enough to hit him with a good punch, whatever it was. But I was able to finish strong. And yeah.
It was a magnificent punch because he looked out on his feet. Best referee in the business here, carrying around, gave him a chance to recover. Did you sense that you had him after that first knockdown?
Yeah, definitely. You can see he was pretty wobbly, so I knew I just had to make one good connection with another punch, and he wouldn't be able to stay up.
You're 4-0 now, all 4 wins. You must love Thunderdome because we can't wait to see you back again. When are you coming back?
Good question.
Well, you started your career as an exhibition fighter and all of a sudden you turned professional, you're undefeated. And again, a lot of people thought that Della was going to win tonight and you obviously changed their minds in a big way.
Yep, don't disagree with that.
Well, it was great to see you at Forever Classic 6IX. Brad Pottinger, listen to him from 10 to 2 weekdays and he presented the belt.
Trying to thank LHP Landscaping, Element Builders, all the fans coming down. Thanks for my caller. See you back in the gym for a couple of beers.